There. It's me again here with your science lesson. It's going to be super quick today. We're just going to do a quick seasons review. And so I'm going to show you on my screen a little pebble go. Just talks about seasons and why they happen and show you real quick your assignment for this week. So let's talk for just a moment. Season we are in feels a lot like summer, but technically it's still spring, right? All right, here we go. And that's true. We've talked about that a lot this year, though, in science, that in some places, like where we live, the weather doesn't change just a whole lot. It will get colder in winter and hotter in summer, but think about kind of the end of winter and the beginning of spring. Really, the seasons didn't change too much. The weather sort of stayed the same. I love this part. Watching? So because the Earth is tilted, imagine just taking a basketball that's straight up and just kind of tilting it this way a little bit. That just means that this northern part here, this is the arrow is almost pointing to exactly where we live. We're a little bit more down here. It's a little bit closer to the sun. And since we're slightly a little bit closer to the sun is so powerful, it just makes the weather warmer. And then you can see this bottom hemisphere of the Earth, kind of south of the equator. We didn't get to talk much about that with our penguin unit this year. We usually do that at the end of March. This is imaginary line that kind of divides the Earth in half around its fattest part. That part is tilted more away from the sun, so it's going to be slightly cooler there, a little bit colder. So that's what makes the seasons. And we can just think about all of those different seasons and how in fall, when we think about pumpkins and trick or treating, how it's a little bit cooler but not as cold as winter, or sometimes we'll see a little bit of ice if we're lucky, a tiny bit of snow. Remember those icy days on the playground where it was just so cold, we bundled up in our jackets and our mittens. And then now it's getting hot, right? It's starting to get hot. And if you want to go play outside, you need to pick a cloudy day or kind of head out in the morning when it's cooler or in the afternoons and evenings when it's cooler because the middle of the day can be a little toasty, right? Okay, so that is mind blowing. I remember the first time I learned this, and I was not as young as you. Um, when it is summer for us in the bottom part of the world, it's winter. So think of it, what always blows my mind is Christmas time. So when we're having a cold Christmas or a cooler Christmas, Australia's having a summery Christmas season. So their season isn't snow and winter scenes and snowmen and hats and mittens. Their Christmas time looks much different, beachy and flip flops and swim trunks and isn't that crazy? Right. So always, there's no beginning, but it always goes in the same order. Summer and then fall, then winter and then spring and then back to summer again. I know you guys always like to watch the video. Can you name the season? Have you ever done that before? Oh, it's rainy. What season do you think that would be? What season do we go swimming in? Ah, and last but not least, can you name your favorite season and why? I love that illustration in that video because it really does show you the Earth's tilt and how the sun is closer or further away from each hemisphere during the different seasons. So I would encourage you to get onto PebbleGo. I can resend the username and password and watch that again if you really want to understand that more. I think it's a really cool concept. All right, boys and girls, just real quick, I want to show you your assignment for this week in science. Super easy. It's a little card sort. So here are some different items and activities, and then you'll decide if these different activities or items would be found in spring, summer, fall, or winter. And then if you don't have any glue, that's okay. You can use tape or you can just cut them out and lay them on here and take a picture. But this is what you'll be submitting this week. Have fun with this, boys and girls. Really think that you're doing a great job.